Hey, so no One Piece this week, but there are some Naruto things that I want to talk about. I did watch the Hanabi filler, like a couple of episodes that came out with Hanabi. I'll talk about them in a bit, but what I really want to get down to is the fact that according to some people that sent me a link, I'll leave the link in the description, there was a new opening, not a new opening in terms of song, but they added promotional stuff for The Last. It's the same song, it's just we get scenes from The Last, and they look great. So thank you, FY Game of Thrones, for sending me this link, because if you hadn't, I would have known nothing about this, because where I watched the episodes, the opening was the same as always. And then it's a 180 shot of Naruto growing up. Great stuff, a lot of action scenes in this. We get to see Sasuke at one point staring at the moon or some shit. I'm getting kind of worried. Sasuke's not going to be in the movie as much. There's this part where we see Naruto and Hinata on the roof, and we see like a meteor strike. And then we see little Toneri with the Otsuki lineage. Hanabi gets her ass captured, more of that in a bit. Then they're using size birds to scout an area. There's this part where Naruto's taking off cobwebs from Hinata's hair. Holy shit, it's a Black Widow! Flashback to the ointment scene back in the Chunin exams, and then Hinata's laughing, walking with Naruto. She's like, I'd like to rub some of that ointment on your dick, Naruto-kun. Oh shit, did I say that out loud? Then we see Hinata sitting alone on a swing with her red scarf, and she looks depressed because I think that comes after she found Naruto with another girl. I don't know why Sai and Shikamaru are wearing those goggles when they're flying on size birds. It's like, what? Are you trying to protect your eyes from something? It'd be cool if there wasn't any reason, like he's just wearing the goggles to look like a badass to impress Temari, who we do see in this trailer along with Kankuro and Gaara. We see the Mizukage, and the Raikage and B are there as well, and at the beginning of the opening, it looks like Kakashi is holding a Kage summit, because you see the round table, and you have the hats in the middle of the table. I gotta say, man, Sakura is going ham on those puppets. On some sorcery fight style. Holy fuck. What is it between Sakura and puppets that in any other fight, Sakura, she takes it easy. She throws a couple of punches here and there, but whenever there's puppets involved, oh, Fox Kyuubi's like, woo, just running around the moon. You got that new Naruto Kyuubi mode, which looks great. And then we see Toneri with some bandages on his eyes, which I guess that means that he's preparing to get the Byakugan that he's gonna take from Hanabi. And there's this little shot of Hanabi and Hinata as sisters. It kind of looks like Hanabi's teasing her about Naruto or something. Everything else just looks like, very romantic settings for Naruhina scenes to happen. We have making out under some moonlight. You got fireflies setting the atmosphere, and then you got snow falling. The only thing that would serve to make this even more of a cliche is if Naruto leaned in and whispered to Hinata, "Come Josephine in my flying machine going up she goes." And then Hinata's like, "Naruto-kun, I'm flying." The Hanabi filler episodes, which I thought were good. There's a pretty good fighting scene between her and Hinata that I was like, damn, both girls going in. But anyway, the reason they decided to do this, at least this is why I think they decided to do this, is that they have to establish some type of basis for the mission that's going to take place in The Last. Because like I mentioned before, Hanabi gets kidnapped. So I think this is just like the animator's way of saying, hey, I know the only thing that you really know about Hanabi is that she used to beat her sister's ass all the time. So let's give you some backstory. It's not like she wanted to kick Hinata's ass. It's just like, it started off as her wanting to become like her sister, but then it's like, oh shit, I'm actually stronger than you. Hinata, just like Naruto, was an underdog. And maybe she still is. Hanabi kind of mentions how she wants to be like her sister because Hinata is both strong and kind. But I actually think it's a little bit different. I think what makes Hinata strong is the fact that she's so kind. And that's eventually what leads her to sacrifice herself for Naruto. And it's kind of framed as a victory, like her sacrifice. The fact that she got stabbed is framed as a victory. Whether you consider that a victory for Hinata or not, that's up to you. And I guess because Hanabi wasn't there to see it, that kind of changed the image that she had of her sister. Plus, like, she saw Neji act differently after he got beat by Naruto, which is another thing that this episode does really well, is that it just frames Naruto as the changing factor in all of this. Like, Naruto is the one that changes people, that creates the domino effect for the better. Being strong through kindness is pretty much what defines Hinata as a character. And that's why a lot of people sympathize and like her and wanted her to end up with Naruto, because she saw him for who he really was, when he was the most vulnerable, when he was the least respected, when he was being mocked and ostracized. And there's people that are like, oh, look at Hinata, she's getting her ass wrecked. Well, yeah, but people don't like Hinata because she's physically strong. They like her because she's kind. The thing that really stood out the most was the whole, like, the parallel between Hinata and Naruto and Hanabi and Hinata, because while Hinata was always watching Naruto, Hanabi was always watching her sister. That scene where the caged bird jutsu was being used on Neji, I was like, holy fuck. Like, no wonder Neji was so bitter and pissed at the main branch. Holy shit. It looks like he was being tortured. So the fact that he was able to get over that, in addition to losing his dad, I just appreciate Neji's character a lot more. And maybe I always did. It's just, like, these sort of episodes just serve as pretty good reminders. I really like the scene where Hinata, you know, she comes in all beat up after her training to try and, you know, be able to squeeze in some playtime with her sister, but she's all fucked up, and so she just falls asleep, and then Hanabi grabs a blanket and covers her. And that's before the whole, like, you know, shinobi system got in the way. And Hanabi was really cute throughout these two episodes. Like, when she was little, especially, with the long hair, she looked adorable. Almost didn't feel like filler. In fact, the chronology of you know, Shippuden and pre-Shippuden is pretty well mixed with Hanabi growing up. So I appreciated that. But the thing that kind of took me out of it was this part where Ino was hyping Naruto up when he just won his fight against Kakuzu. The only reason that was there was just to give some type of backstory or connection with Hinata developing those lion fists, which, correct me if I'm wrong, but did she ever use those lion fists in the manga? Hanabi was trying to master the rotation technique, which I'm kind of wondering if she's going to be using it in the film, because there was a lot of build-up for that. I really enjoyed these two episodes. Let me know what you thought in the comment section below about everything or anything that I talked about in this video. Thank you so much for watching. Like the review if you did. Subscribe to my channel. And I'll catch you guys later. Bye.